skiing is about 4,000 years old, and which is, I think, kind of interesting. But cross-country skiing has only been popular in the United States for about the past 25 years. But it was a means of transportation for people in the northern European areas. But basic transportation for them, and now we use it as a sport here. See, incidentally, talking about cross-country skiing, I received a phone call from Peter Harris. He teaches at the Environmental Learning Center at Finland, which is just off the North Shore. And he mentioned that they have about 30 inches of snow on the ground in that area, and even down by the shoreline there's 18 inches of snow. He said this past week when it's been so cold, or during a cold spell, Lake Superior out from Finland there had big patches of ice, but now that's gone away. And he also mentioned, he said that one of the most unsung sports in Minnesota is winter canoeing.
Winter canoeing? Where is this done now, Jim? Huh?
He's been canoeing on Lake Superior. And he said, you've got to remember, of course, that the water is near freezing.
Yeah, you've got to. If you forget, just dip a little finger in for about an eighth of a second.
And you wear life preservers, and you stay very close to the shore. But he said when you do that, there's some very special treats. For instance, you're paddling along the shore by Tofty there, or Little Moray. You can see, of course, these huge cliffs. They're covered with icicles. And he said they're caves that the waves have carved out over the years, and these caves have stalactites of ice hanging down, and there are big crystals of hoarfrost on these stalactites. And he said the brilliant light blue and reddish color of the ice on small streams that are entering the lake is just beautiful. And he said the ice crystals that are he calls them ice castles that are formed on the rocks are just beautiful. But that's winter canoeing in Minnesota.
Well, you got to be a hardy soul to partake in that, I'm thinking.
Yeah. See, I mentioned, I mentioned migratory birds. People in the Finland area of Minnesota, or even in Bemidji and certainly in International Falls, when they see their first crow, that's a sign of spring. And the first part of February is a normal migration time for American crows. And at that time, they begin a slow northward movement across southern Minnesota and into the northern part of the state. So anyway, the returning of the crows is happening now, and it lifts spirits. People just feel better when they see their first crow.
Well, speaking of lifted spirits, Jim, I'll tell you, we got a ton of them in Mora this morning. John Gordon is on the line speaking about something that you just touched on a moment ago. He's ready to talk about the Vasaloppet. So we'll make way for him at least for the time being.
Sure.
All right. Thank you, Jim Gilbert. Nice to know what's going on in the outdoors. Appreciate it.
Bye now.
All right. Bye-bye. It's 7:22 at CCO.
During our Mayberry Sound-Alike contest on the Tim Russell Show, one of our listeners scored a fabulous prize doing Floyd the Barber.
But Tim, as soon as I finish Opie, who's such a fine boy, I'll give you my new scissors cut I learned at the Mount Pilot School of Cosmetology.
Don't miss the fun, the Tim Russell Show, 10 to noon weekdays on WCCO.
Well, let's do it. Shall we head up north, 65 miles? Boy, it sounds like activity there already. What's for breakfast, John Gordon?
Well, a hot cup of coffee for sure. You know, if you were going over to Milwaukee in June and you wanted perfect weather for a doubleheader between the Twins and the Brewers, you'd order total sunshine and 78 degrees, right?
Yes.
Okay. If you're in Mora, Minnesota, on February 12th at 7:20 in the morning and you're going to ski, say, the 32K, you would order 8 degrees and snow on the ground, right?
Right.
And that's what we've got.
Okay.
Perfect weather conditions, Carl. And we also have skiers here. Your name, sir?
Dan Cruiser.
Where are you from, Dan Cruiser?
Crosby, Minnesota.
Oh, good. Are you ready for the race?
Sure am.
Okay. Is this your first, or?
No, it's not. I've done it several years now.
Good. Tell us how you prepared this morning for the race. What are some of the things? Did you eat breakfast or not?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Are you going to eat along the trail?
No, I'll just take water.
And a little blueberry soup, right?
Not till the end.
Thanks, Dan. Good luck to you. And your name, ma'am?
I'm Dee Anderson from Plymouth.
Oh, good, Dee. Did you drive up this morning?
No, we stayed out in the country about 5 miles out with in a farm family.
A little bed and breakfast, right?
Very wonderful. Very
good.
nice.
What'd you have for breakfast this morning?
I had 3 pancakes at your local, what are your local restaurants?
Here at Freddy's, right?
I don't know. Right down the
All right. Youngster, your name?
Tom Lopez.
Where are you from, Tom?
St. Paul, Minnesota.
Good. Have you raced in the Vasaloppet before?
No, this is the first time.
Oh, well, good luck to you. What are your thoughts about the first time ever in the Vasaloppet?
I don't know. It should be fun. I'm going to go out there and ski well.
Have you set a goal for a time? Are you going to go 32K or the long race?
Yeah, I'm going to do the 32K race, and I hope to come in about 2 hours.
Good. Now, who's this with you here?
Kelly Emerling.
Oh, good, Kelly. Is this your first?
Yeah, this is my first time.
What was the decision to decide to race in the Vasaloppet?
Well, I just wanted to do a long race, and it sounded like fun, and some of my friends had done it before.
Okay, well, good luck to you. Now, I just want to mention one thing. Your name?
It's Jerry Lynn Shaver.
Good. Jerry, just a moment ago, I was in the back getting my hot cup of coffee, and I noticed a skier back there ironing his skis. Is that unusual?
No, that is very common. It's a waxing procedure.
Okay, did you do that?
Yes.
Good. You get a hot iron, and you just iron your skis to get them ready for the Vasaloppet.
That's right.
I didn't catch where you're from, Jerry.
I'm from St. Paul, Minnesota, and I'm with a group from the American Lung Association of Hennepin County.
Wonderful. How many are here?
Well, there should be about 60 people over here, but I haven't seen everyone yet.
Okay, well, good luck to you.
Thanks so much.
Good. Here's King Vasa. How are you this morning, sir?
Oh, very good, excellent.
They have 1,500 skiers. Most of them are pre-registered and are here, but there are many that are just coming in and registering right away, right, King?
Yeah, there's quite a few of them. There's more than anticipated, so it looks very good.
All right, we're set for a big time this morning in Mora, Minnesota. It's race day, and it's finally here. Your name, sir?
Hugh Maynard from Golden Valley.
Okay, Hugh, is this your first race or not?
Oh, no, I've done this 6 times before.
Good. You have a goal for today?
Well, my goal is about 4 hours, 10 minutes on the long race. If I do that, I'll move up a wave in the Birkebeiner.
Okay. Well,
This is my tune-up for the Birkebeiner.
Good luck to you, Hugh. Okay, that's our first report, Carl. We'll be back around 8:15 or so from the start site. And then, of course, we'll be live at 9:05 this morning, right for the start of the race, the Mora Vasaloppet, the 17th annual. We'll turn it back to you with perfect weather conditions from Mora.
Sounds terrific. Thanks, John Gordon. We'll be checking back, and, of course, you'll hear the explosion that starts it all. It'll all happen this morning here on CCO. Judy Hunter will be checking news headlines around the world and locally in just a minute on
The Tim Russell Show, 10 to noon weekdays on WCCO.
I just love the program.
15 and a half minutes after 8 at CCO Radio. Big things happening in Mora, and here with the story on the Vasaloppet is John Gordon. Good morning, John.
Hey, Carl. I just found out something that fits for you and me for skiing.
All right.
They have the Flopperloppet. Did you know about that, Steve Johnson, the Flopperloppet? After watching you ski the other night, John, I think you're going to qualify. Strong candidate. Listen to this, Carl. There's a group of about maybe 20 people. In 2 weeks, they have their own little course right here in Mora, and they have the Flopperloppet, and they go and they just flop all over the place and have a big time. That sounds like us, doesn't it?
It sure does. For somebody as tall as I am to get out there in cross-country skis and try to do that fluid stride and do it so pathetically, I think I'm qualified. I could be in the Flopperloppet.
All right, we'll be up in the Flopperloppet in a couple of weeks, okay? Here's Dick Munter is with us, Steve Johnson with us. We're at race site right at the start. Weather conditions are just perfect.
Ideal. About 10 degrees right now, and it'll be another 5 degrees by race time. Couldn't ask for anything better.
Steve, how many folks are working here today in the Vasaloppet to prepare for the skiers?
We estimate race day, there's 700 volunteers working this race.
That's wonderful. I want to ask you, I'm very curious as I watch many of the skiers warm up now. There's a lot of skate skiers and there are a lot of classical skiers, I guess you would say. What's the breakdown of skating skiers and classical skiers?
It looks like 65 to 70% will be skating today. The rest will use the diagonal, or what they call the classical technique.
And I would think that a skate skier is going to be a little bit better, have a little bit better time than the classical skier.
Conditions today are perfect for the skaters. We've got a hard base out there and a track that is just, it's the best track in 17 years.
You could have a record-setting performance today, Steve Johnson.
I think we're looking for that.
Okay, Dick, the folks that are here at the start site, there are many different opportunities and obligations, I guess, that they have. Tell us about these guys that put together the bonfires. They're about as important as anybody today.
Well, I'm sure the racers think so.
Yeah. Now, what do?
They cut the wood and pile it up here and let it dry so that, and it got straw piled around the fire so the skiers can stay warm until race time.
Okay, Dick Munter, Steve Johnson, set to go from the Mora Vasaloppet in Mora, Minnesota. Thanks, guys. And weather conditions are perfect. Not only are the bonfires ready to go, the porta potties are working just perfect, Carl. Everything's in grand shape for the start of the race, and that's where we'll talk to you next. right at 9:05, the dynamite blast. The balloons go in the air, and we're set to go with the 17th annual Mora Vasalopas. Okay?
We'll be here, John. You can bank on it. The porta potties are in good shape. Well, that's always important. Let me tell you, it certainly is. Clear skies in 10 of the Twin Cities at 18 minutes after 8. We'll be along with Dr. George Carvel. As a matter of fact, it's time right now for Dr. George Carvel, brought to you by Good Value Homes. And Dr. Carvel joins us on WCCO right after this word for Good Value Homes.
Come and see Good.
And if you can't hear us down in the 32K area, somebody let us know. We've turned up the volume here. Again, we have rest areas for the people in the 32K area. There is an area up here in the 58K start area. Spectators, there is good vantage point to see the start of the race right down behind the broadcast booth on the turn. If you get onto the far side of the track, you can watch the start. And you have plenty of time to walk across, and you can see the skiers go into the woods from the other side. You should be able to get some beautiful pictures over there if you're into picture taking. Over here, there's a parking lot back there. Once about 50 minutes on the race, they'll cut that off and move the trail.
Starttiden är det var. 35 minuter till start. Jag hoppas att det går bra för alla samman.
And if you understood that, you're better Swede than I am.
Skiers, once again, it is crucial that your barcodes are on the back of your bibs. The barcode should be on the back. If by any chance the...
Check with the information booth down there with the balloons, okay? There's a man down there with balloons.
Just look at those volunteers. Please remember, this race would not be possible without people like you helping to make the race such a success. Thank you.
Hey, buddy. Hey. Yeah. Hey, buddy. I lost my bag. Can I just throw that in there? We got bags. through the gate on there. They'll put an S on the back. There's a gate over here? Yeah. Which one? Right there. I need to meet the bag, so you have to write it down on there. What's his number?
We've got 30 minutes to the start of the race.
Half an hour to go. Get warmed up.
For the people back in the 32K area, we do have extra rest stops up here. There's plenty of rest area here. And we have the helicopter rides. I can see the helicopter sitting on the ground back there. It's $10. You can see the course of the race after we start here.
Welcome, Natalie Johnson. It's nice to see you out this morning. You've been so helpful and enthusiastic about our race. We appreciate having the
Okay.
Sven's Dynasty Dog Queen here.
We'd like to have Mike Lammy meet his father up here at the broadcast booth, please. Mike Lammy meet his father at the broadcast booth.
Skiers, if you have some extra clothes, please put them in your clothing bag. There are 2 drop-off lines. There's free lunch for you at the high school. Please stop in and enjoy it. For skiers.
We've got 27 minutes to the start of the race.
About now officially 16 degrees. We couldn't have asked for a nicer day. You must have done something right. As we understand, this could be the first year of more than 2,000 skiers in the Mora Vasalopa, and you're part of the experience. Don't you feel wonderful?
Again, for the spectators, there's going to be good photography vantage point over here on the first turn behind the broadcast booth. You can get across the trail down. There's a road that cuts across to a parking area. That road will close off about 15 minutes before the start of the race, I'm told, so that it can be groomed for the skiers. But you'll be able to, from the back of that turn, walk down to the levee and see where the skiers come around and go up into the woods.
Again, the award ceremony will be held at the high school auditorium at 3:20 this afternoon. Stop in and see some of the awards. We give a lot of awards, and it's quite a festive activity.
Again, for skiers who have just arrived, make sure you have your ski markers on your skis. Now, those you should have gotten downtown before you came out here. And make sure before you get onto the ski race, the starting area, that you have your bib markers marked with an S. That is necessary. You have to have that done. Also,
Skiers, you're reminded there are 2 sets of satellites. We hate to see you wait in line. If you see them on the trail, just stop and say how much you appreciate it. This race wouldn't be possible without this. Oh, in the front, it's our 4 minutes. You really should see the color from up in the air. It's just phenomenal.
okay, would George Welk report to the broadcast booth?
this movie for a long time. I have been trying to...
We are now down to just over 12 minutes. 12 minutes to the start of this wonderful event.
Okay, for sightseers, for spectators that have just gotten here, they expect the 32 I can't talk anymore. The 32K skiers in town about 10:30, the first group, and the 58K skiers should hit town about 11:40.
This indoors or out. And then for your kitchen, get the Miro 10-inch saute pan in fashion colors. It features a Permacoat non-stick interior, and it's just $5 in the Dollar Dazzler Circular and at participating True Value hardware stores and home centers, where you'll find values in every department.
Each day of her life was the same, and the night Smith was a prisoner of the state. You could get me out of here. Scott Glenn and Cagney and Lacey Sharon Gless are lovers on the run from the law.
We've got the Highway Patrol, the local police, and the FBI looking for us.
She just wanted a little excitement. The Outside Woman, tonight on CBS television.
More violence in Southern California's gang-infested areas. Chris Simon reports from CBS radio station KNX.
Los Angeles homicide detectives are blaming drugs and gang activity for this morning's deadly shooting spree at a housing project just east of downtown. Lieutenant Sergio Robledo says a group of young men armed with assault rifles shouted out the name of a local gang, then opened fire on a group standing on a street corner. A young pregnant woman, an innocent bystander, was the first to hit the pavement.
At the time of this incident, she was 8 months pregnant. She expired at the scene from multiple gunshot wounds. The second victim is as yet unidentified. He sustained multiple gunshot wounds to his back.
Although no descriptions were made on the assailants, it's believed to have been the drug turf war between two separate gangs. Robledo says if found, the suspects will be charged with 2 murder counts.
Chris Simon reporting from Los Angeles. Mike Pulsifer, CBS News.
Hi, everybody. From Mora, Minnesota, John Gordon on WCCO and the cool morning. It's 8 degrees here as we get ready for the start of the 17th annual Mora Vasaloppet. What a scene in bright sunshine, perfect weather conditions for the start of this race. Over 2,000 skiers. The first time in the history of the Vasaloppet that they've had more than 2,000. Directly in front of us, about 70 away, the starter for CAA. Probably about 758K racers. And then off to our left, or perhaps a quarter of a mile away, the rest of the skiers for the 32K race. They'll be finishing about 10:30, 11 o'clock, the top skiers in the 32. And at about 11:30, they'll have the top 58K skiers finishing downtown Mora, Minnesota. What a scene. There's twice as many spectators as skiers. They're all lined up off to our left and right, even across the way, about a half a mile away, I guess you'd say, maybe 3/4 of a mile. Everybody lined up and ready to go. And right now, the key man, Bernie Massa, he has just ignited the dynamite start, and there they go. In front of us, directly, at this moment, the 58K skiers. Oh, what a sight. So colorful as they're dressed in the very, very bright ski colors. They're on their way. They're moving off to our right, and they're making a big bend. They'll come around after about a quarter of a mile. They'll make another turn, and then off into the woods of the Mora community. Directly behind the 58K skiers are the 32K skiers. They're now just approaching the start line. Most of the skiers are in the skate-type ski routine at this moment, although there are some of the classical skiers as they're working their way toward the start line and now on into the trek of the countryside here at Mora, Minnesota. This is a fabulous start, folks. I mean to tell you, the color, the helicopter going across the way and capturing the beauty of this, the 17th annual Mora Vasaloppet. A little bit later on, we'll be downtown. We'll be seeing these skiers as they come across the finish line. In 8-degree weather, they're dressed in really just their ski outfits. They'll perspire across the course and, of course, come into downtown Mora in a couple of hours. As mentioned, the top 58K skiers will finish around, just shortly after 11 o'clock. It'll take them a little bit more than 2 hours. And the first 32K skiers, they'll be finishing just shortly after 10 o'clock. It'll take them roughly about an hour and a half, an hour and 45 minutes. With Stu Fraze and the rest of our WCCO broadcast crew here with the folks from the Vasaloppet, this is John Gordon. We'll be back shortly after 11 o'clock with our next report, and we'll be reporting on the winners of not only the 32K, but also the 58K. From Mora, John Gordon reporting for WCCO.
Thank you, sir. Right in the midst of the action. I like that, the great dynamite blast. I'm glad that we got that on. Pretty impressive. And the weather's pretty fine, too. We'll get to that in just a moment here on CCO.
When you want to sell your home, call the best real estate agent you can. Call a Counselor Realty agent. Counselor Realty, celebrating our 25th anniversary. It doesn't cost any more to call the best.
It's hard to believe, but a brand new 1989...
Give them enough room there so you don't get smacked with a ski.
Oh, yeah.
Might get a pole.
Yeah, they come up whipping up around that corner there. I'll get out of the way.
I thought you could both go in at one time when I said you have plenty of time.
Second stage. They're all looking good.
Woo! Looking good. Looking good. Good time. Woo, woo, woo. Good time. Woo, woo. Right ahead of you. Woo.
let's go over there. All right. Woo! Right here? Or if we go down a little way. Go down there.
Looks like we're getting a nice
Go a little slower. All right, nice race. Woo! We're looking good, looking strong. Woo! All right. Good job, good job. Nice job. Woo! All right, ponies. Looking good. Oh, geez. All right, nice race. Woo! Looking good, looking strong. All right. Woo-hoo! Way to go. Nice race, nice race. Woo! Okay, we're looking good. Woo! Nice race. All right. Okay, looking good.
Yeah.
You look great. Woo! Nice race. Nice smile, too. Uh-oh, somebody knows about it. All right, we're looking good. Woo! Nice race. First girl's 50 seconds in front of you. Don't get it.
Looking good.
In the 32-kilometer event. And the first one coming in is number 2114. And that's Carl Trabant. Carl Trabant wins the 32-kilometer event. Coming in second, 2431 is Andy Wilkins. And 2732 is Peter Moody. So those are your first three finishers in the 32.
Also across 2566, Kenneth Parpus from Bayport. And 2722, again, I'm sorry, some of the late registrants we do not have names for. Brad Skillicorn, I believe, on the Michigan ski team. The whole team came over, Northern Michigan, that is. possibly are on WCCO as the Live Eye helicopter looks like they're preparing to land. But a great job WCCO has done in helping to promote the Mora Vassal Open. And two more skiers across the line. Chip Tabor, number 1915 from St. Cloud. And number 2535 is Anthony Lambert. 63 from Minneapolis crosses the line. So does Dino Johnson from St. Paul, number 2432. Royal Davis from Woodbury, number 2136. And Chad Tolbert, number 2506, crosses the line. Mark Parman. Let's see, number 487. That was Joanne Hanowski, so I'm sorry. Jim Lichtenberg from Minneapolis. David Miller from St. Paul. Dale Thompson from Columbia Heights. Annie Hall from St. Paul. Ann Hall, I guess, from St. Paul. Joshua Virgin from St. Paul.
Okay, now what I want to do is I want to get right.
Yeah! Got it made. Once again, if you'd like to help out with the 1989 Mora Bossalo, but we still need some more volunteers for the Finish Line Motorhome, which is parked right behind the blue Finish Line shoes. Once again, if you'd like to be a volunteer, Finish Line people can use your help to report to the Finish Line Motorhome behind the blue Finish Line shoes. Minneapolis, David Adams from Minneapolis, Gary Conant from Anoka, Joshua Virgin from St. Paul, Lyle Templer from Owatonna, and Russell Mueller from Wisconsin Rapids. And major big-time wipeout right in front of the finish line, but he's going to make it. There he goes. Another skier crosses the 32-kilometer finish line. Also across the line, James Alexander, Robert.
Yeah, peg leg beat here.
His passion survived a revolution. His hopes rose higher than the barricade. Whispered prayers spoke louder than the cannon's roar. Les Miserables is his musical. Les Miserables, the musical sensation. The voice of angels can be heard. Happy. Numbers 989-9226 for Sid Hartman and his guest table. Clem Haskin Show with Sid Hartman, brought to you by Wally McCarthy's Oldsmobile of Roseville, County Road C, just off 35W North. And this portion of the Sid Hartman Show is brought to you by Wally McCarthy's Oldsmobile, Way 4 and 2 South. Right here, 4. Rousing day at McCarthy.
Special price of only $89.95. The clearly marked rating the windshield bill. So the remaining 87 series is a special price this month. Well, pick up on that invitation from Tom McCarthy and come on up. Bring your family too. Do a little browsing today.
You'll be back tomorrow to buy. We're at Freeway 494 Penn Avenue South, Wally, McCarthy's Oldsmobile.
Okay, we have Dennis and Fiddler. You're on, sir.
Thank you. Just want to congratulate Ray Gaffney and Rich Coffey and the rest of the Gopher squad for a super game yesterday. Unfortunately, you not only had to play against the Michigan team, but on several occasions you were playing against 3 officials.
Apply for your club membership card and all the benefits that go along with it. Stop in and talk to one of the friendly folks at Midwest Federal. They'll give you all the details and tell you if you qualify. So if you're enjoying hospitality, you won't find it any better than at either downtown club room. Once you find out what it's like, you'll just want to keep coming back. Old-fashioned friendly hospitality is still around, and it's yours when you show your club card. It's easy to get your card and your club goodies. A free safe deposit box, no-fee traveler's checks, a directory to discounts at hundreds of area merchants. Once again, you need your card to claim your discount. You also get your own club newsletter with travel opportunities and a listing of clubroom events. That's the Midwesterners Club at Midwest Federal.
It's 11:46. In a minute, we go to Mora for a Vassalopet report with John Gordon.
When you're a cop and you fall in love, it better be with someone you trust. Tonight on 21 Jump Street, Holly Robinson.
You lied to me.
A dangerous affair with a government official.
This guy could affect your job. He could affect everybody's job.
An obsession that could ruin Jump Street.
I want you to leave me alone.
Tonight on Fox.
Then it's the outrageous show everyone's talking about. Married with Children. When Al's barber kicks the bucket, he can't do a thing with his hair.
Why don't you just do what you do with your lawn? Park your car on it and let it die.
Thanks, Mars, but much like the hair on your legs, I need the help of a trained professional.
But is Al Bundy ready for a styling salon?
Your nose hairs look somehow longer.
They moosed them.
Married with Children. Tonight on Fox.
All new episodes of 21 Jump Street and Married with Children tonight, starting at 6 o'clock on KITN TV, Fox 29.
What a day for the Vassalopet. The conditions have been the best ever, John Gordon, and I know that the weather has cooperated as well. And how's it looking now? We should have some finals by now.
You're right, Ed. A great day here in Mora, Minnesota. The first finishers are in. Carl Savant from Egan is the winner of the men's 32K. Congratulations to you. Perfect weather conditions. Was that the winning skier? Were those perfect conditions? Well, we had the wind in our face for the whole race, so that made it a little tougher, but the snow conditions were excellent. You won by 7 seconds, Carl. Was it a good race? Yes, there was 7 of us together until the last 4 kilometers of the race, and then I took the lead and tried to pull it off the rest of the way. What was your pre-race strategy? That was about it. Stay with the lead group until the last 2 kilometers, and then try and take a break at that point. Did you have any trouble at all during the entire time? Not really. Everything after. John, as far as I can see, everything worked like clockwork today. I mean, this has just been a perfect race day. Well, there's a few glitches behind the scenes that don't talk about it. No, first of all, Steve, but we need to get them ironed out. But everything's gone smoothly overall. Well, congratulations to you, the 700 volunteer workers here in Mora, Minnesota, to put this great event together. It's been a great day. Thank you, and I'd like to thank Solid WCCO for the support we've given. John Lindblom is the president of the Vassal Open, the 17th annual. In just a few minutes, we'll be back after noontime. We'll talk with the 58K winner. It's been a great day here, Hertzey, as the sky is blue, the sun is shining, and all these colorful skiers are coming across the finish line, receiving their Vassal Open medals.
All right. Let's see you put on a pair of boards there, Gordo.
I did that Friday night, and I'm done for the year.
All right. That's John Gordon live in beautiful Mora, Minnesota, 65 miles north of Minneapolis-St. Paul on Highway 65. Sunny and a breezy day. High of 32 is our forecast high. We'll check all the weather as a part of news, which is cool in the late 1920s, and he went on to play professional hockey with the Rangers, New York Rangers, and in the minor leagues. And then in 1938, he signed with the Minneapolis Millers, which was owned by the late Nick Kaler, who had started the sports show in 1933. And when an injury ended Phil Perkins' career in 1939, he went on to work for the sports show and eventually wound up becoming the general manager, owner, and producer. And that still stands today under his son, David, General Sports Shows, which owns the Northwest Sports Show and the Minneapolis Boat Show, the Kansas City Sports Show, and so on. And Phil Perkins will be missed. He was instrumental in raising funds for Minnesota's Turn-In Poachers program, and certainly has been honored for his efforts in promoting conservation and wildlife. And we here at CCO Radio have worked with him for years. Many, many of us have, and enjoyed him with our associations with the General Sports Shows, the Northwest Sports Show and the Boat Show. Phil Perkins dies at age 77. It is 9 after 12 noon here at CCO Radio, and what else can we tell you going on today? Of course, the big Home and Garden Show is over at the Metrodome. They've been really pulling in the people for that show. And Carl Lenscraft is over there, as a matter of fact, right now, and will be there throughout the afternoon, the hours today through 7 o'clock at the Metrodome.
When it comes to hunt, Bachman has the beat. Their designers take fragrant, fresh flowers and create excitement. So if you're madly in love, or just mildly interested, sending wishes to a friend, or Valentine's love to Mom, Bachman's can turn out a design that will do it with style. What if your Valentine's out of town? No trouble. FTD can give wings to your wishes almost anywhere in the world without missing a beat. Bachman's has other Valentine ideas too, like blooming plants, balloons, and special gifts. And while you're there, register to win a heartbeat adventure for two. One lucky couple will have dinner at Kincaid's, be chauffeured to and fro in a Rolls-Royce limousine from Glen Lewis, surrounded with flowers by Bachman's, and dazzled by diamond and gold earrings from Scheherazade. This year, follow your heart to Bachman's for a Valentine that can't be beat.
Very good. It is 11 after 12 noon, and, well, there's tennis going on in Minneapolis today, as we've been talking about the tennis championships at the Crosstown Racket Club in Eden Prairie, and lots of big doings there indoors. And then you have to just look a short few miles up the road on Highway 65 to Mora, and there's big doings outdoors. All kinds of folks out there at the Mora Vassal Open. And John Gordon, our own John Gordon, is there. And, John, how's it going?
Couldn't be better, Hertzey. We have, I would say, probably 5,000 people in Main Street, downtown Mora, Minnesota right now. Incredible. All the spectators and all the race finishers still coming in. And here's Terry Daly from Egan. A clean sweep for Egan, Terry, as we had the 32K winner from Egan and the 58K winner from Egan. Congratulations to you.
Thank you very much.
You're very excited. This was a very exhilarating win for you, wasn't it?
Oh, it sure was. It's still kind of sinking in, I think. It was just a great race, and, you know, it's really great to, of course, win it.
Is this the best win you've ever had in your competitive ski career?
I'd say it's one of my best races, yeah. There's a few others that I'm pretty happy with, but this was one of the best, I think.
All right, tell us about it. How close was it? What race strategy did you have?
Well, I figured it'd be a pack race. It usually is, you know, probably 5-10 guys. Then usually about halfway it starts to break up, and that's pretty much what happened. about halfway, I think the guys finished second and third, George Welk and John Ingdahl, kind of pulled away, and myself and some other people were back a little ways, and I kind of thought we'd all catch up again, but it seemed like they were staying pretty well ahead of us, so it was about 15K to go. I was feeling pretty good, so I just started throwing a little harder, hoping to catch them, and luckily I did. You know, cutting it kind of close, I think, at the end.
Where'd you pass him?
Well, I caught back up to him with about 8K, I guess, where I saw him, where the two trails come together for the 32 and the 58. And at that point, I felt I was skiing real well, and it looked like they were slowing down, so I kind of reeled them in and then just kind of sat back and tried to rest a little bit, expecting kind of a sprint in the last K or two to the finish, and that's pretty much what happened.
Did you, were you aware of who was ahead of you? Were you aware when you jumped ahead of your competitors?
Oh, yeah, I knew, you know, I guess all the guys in the front group pretty much know each other, and when they were out in front, I knew who they were, and I didn't know if they'd be able to, you know, keep that same pace the whole way, so it was just kind of a guessing game, and when you get down to the last 10 Ks, you think, well, maybe they can finish like that, so you know, then you just have to give it everything you got to try to reel them in, and I was fortunate enough to do that.
The finish was tremendously exciting. You won by seconds.
Yeah, we came across the lake, and I figured I'd try to take the lead there, and rather than have it come into a last-minute sprint down the main stretch here, and I led across the lake, and it was really windy, and I felt like I kind of killed myself right there, and when we got to that last steep hill, I managed to hit some ice and trip and fall, and I thought, well, it might be over right here, but when we got to the top, John Ingdahl had gotten by me, and when we got to the top, he didn't seem like he was had a whole lot left either, so it was kind of a matter of who'd die worse.
You actually fell during the race?
Yeah, I hit some ice and tripped and went down, you know, and got back up, and fortunately it was a steep enough hill that nobody could really pull away, and I knew John Ingdahl got by me, but, you know, it was going to be a sprint down the finish, and I just got on the track, did some marathon skating, and I was on the inside of that last turn, that right-hand turn, and I got by him and then got out in front, and then it's going to be a pretty tough task, you know, on the narrow finish like that.
Terry Daly from Egan, congratulations. I understand you have to cancel a broom ball game in St. Paul tonight, right?
Well, it looks that way. We'll still make it.
What a day. Here's Joanne Hanowski, is that correct?
Hanowski.
Hanowski, thank you. I'm a Polish person myself, so I should know how to pronounce Polish names. Hanowski. Okay, Joanne, congratulations to you. You're from Duluth, and you are the female winner of the 58K Vasaloppet. Nice going.
Thank you.
Tell us about the race.
Well, I just went out, had a really good start, except for about 3K, I broke a pole.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't normally ski with these one long pole and one short pole, but today I had to.
Why not, right?
Yeah, so I got another pole at the first food stop and skied the rest of the way with this little short pole.
Well, the male winner fell, and you broke a pole, and you still came across with a victory.
Yeah, you can still go out there. You just have to persevere and go on.
How close was the race?
I didn't see any other women when I was out there. I got in with a pack of men and kind of just skied with them for about 30K, and then things started to break up, and another group of guys went by, and they were going kind of fast. I felt good, so I went with them.
What about the weather conditions?
Oh, it was great. It was a little windy out there, but you kind of, luckily most of these guys are bigger than me, and I can kind of tuck in behind them and get a free ride.
How about the trails?
Oh, it was nice, real nice. Nice trails, nice snow.
You know, the great thing, 700 volunteer workers, and both you and also Terry say, hey, how about thanking those volunteer workers, because you really appreciate what they've done.
Yeah, I know how much work it is to prepare a trail. We have a little ski trail on our property, so, you know, to prepare 90-some kilometers of trail is a lot of work, and I appreciate it.
How many Vasaloppets, Joanne?
Well, this is my first 58 Vasaloppet.
Okay.
Yes, I've skied the 32K several times, but this is the first 58.
Joanne Hanowski, thank you for joining us. Congratulations to you on a big victory. Wear those medals proud. I know you will.
Thank you.
Okay, very good. We're here in Mora, Minnesota. We'll have another report for you later this afternoon from the award ceremonies. We'll be a little bit warmer, right, Sue? Okay, good. We'll be inside, but we've enjoyed all the warmth and fellowship and friendship from all the folks here at Mora outside as they're now finishing up not only the 32K but also the 58K. Hertzie, back to you, pal.
Hey, Gordo.
Gordo, are these winners doing the classic style, or are they doing that skating style? Do you know?
All skaters.
Are they all skating?
Yeah. Everybody that is finishing in the top are all skating style skiers, and we talked a little bit about that earlier. And so many of them are, adopting that style now from the last 4 or 5 years. There are some classical style skiers, but all the winners and the top finishers are all skaters.
Well, if you run out of that wax on your skis out there, too, you can pour some of that blueberry soup on your skis there.
Hey, that worked perfect, We'd be in great shape. I'm bringing a medal back for you, okay, Hertzie?
All right, thanks.
You got it.
That's John Gordon live in Mora. Yeah, instead of that blister wax, you can use some of that blueberry soup on your skis there. Probably works great. 18 after 12 noon, CCO Radio. 30 is our Twin City temperature and sunshine. And as John mentioned, we'll have another report for him shortly. Live from Mora, Minnesota for the awards celebration.